Hey, I'm back. So I promised last time that I would make a video worth watching. So here I am. I'm going to talk about the NBA Finals. But before I do, I just wanted to clarify a couple of things before I start. So in the last video, I said something about not watching the Western Conference. I did. I swear I did. It just so happens that I'm a bigger fan of the East. That's why mas tutok ako doon. I watched it more. Another thing about what I said about the Lakers, it's not that I hate them, it's just that I'm not a fan of them. Besides, my team, the Heat, the one I'm supporting, is the villain of the NBA. A lot of people hate the Heat, a lot of people hate LBJ. So, it's just the way it is. You love some, you hate some. It's how the NBA works. And one final thing before I start, I just wanted to say that I am no expert in this. It's just I'm a fan and I wanted to try something new. So please, if you have any concerns, please say it nicely. Don't be so mean to me because I'm just, a girl trying to talk about sports and that's really tough. Babae na nga, sports pa. Anyway, moving on. So, let's go back to the finals. So, we all know that the Heat won, and I'm really happy about that. You see, I'm wearing red and I'm celebrating. The Heat won 84-92, 92 points for the Heat. We all know that the first game in any series is very important because it sets the momentum for both teams. And we know that in NBA history, more than 70% of series won, those teams won the first game as well. So it's really important, actually necessary, to start on very high energy so as to win the entire series. There's no theory in that. Well, it is a theory, but there's no scientific theory. It's just, hula. I don't know. Anyway, so let's talk about the Mavs. The Mavs lost. We know that they did not perform well, but what I can say is that the Heat, despite winning the game, did not perform well as well. So we start off by talking about the Mavs. In an interview, Dwayne Wade was asked what did they do to win this game. His answer was simple. He said, same as with every game, stay with it and don't get frustrated when the ball isn't getting in. So this is what the Mavs failed to do. Exactly what they failed to do. They did not keep their composure throughout the game. You know that their performance was quite erratic if you watch it from beginning to end. This is why it resulted to a very, very poor shooting percentage throughout the game. They played well. They had really good plays, but nakita nyo that they needed tighter defense. Palagi silang nasusupalpal ng Heat. Hindi solid yung performance nila. Another thing is that Dirk was their only main man. Unlike having a big three, that's quite hard kung sa'yo lang lahat ng responsibility of the game. We know that Dirk scored 27 points, which is far greater than what the big three was able to churn out even individually. LeBron James got 24, 22 for Wade and 19 for Chris Bosh. But if you look closely at the statistics, only 7 of those 18 attempts were from the field and the rest were coming from the foul line. So 12 points are from free throws. So I do not have to explain what that means, but we know that it means that they have to put more effort in actually making out good plays. If you see, the next big scorers would be Sean Marion with 16 points and Jason Terry with 12 points, while Tyson Chandler and Jason Kidd had 19 points each. So, kailangan pa talaga ng effort. Sunod, we have to talk about Heat. Heat is not a veteran team like the Mavs. There are a lot of veteran players in the Dallas Mavericks, but if you look at their finals history, both teams have only been in the finals twice at the same time as well. The first one was in 2006. The Heat went up the Mavs and we all know that the Heat won in that in that series, while Dwayne Wade got the MVP award for that as well. So they went up each other in 2006. This means that they are an even plate, but the Mavs have less people who have been to the finals. They have only 3 players in their current lineup who have been in the finals, while if you look at the Heat, more than like around 8 people have been to the finals. Even their off the bench players have been to the finals, and that's a big thing. People may not realize it, but that kind of experience brings a lot into the game. Okay, another thing. Dwayne Wade. We know that I'm a fan of Dwayne Wade, but I'm not talking about him because, I'm being biased. I know that Wade did not play well tonight as normally as he could have done. But the thing is, if you have a big 3, you don't always have to have the big 3 in the court. You can only have big 2 performing, and it's gonna be as good as, as winning. So, in the previous games, Wade did not perform as well. You can see that in the last 2 final games with the Bulls, he arrived late in the party, but as they say, better late than never. He may not deliver. The thing about Wade is he may not deliver with points, with scores, but sometimes once he starts with those second chance points by rebounds and assists, everything just starts going down. Like, perfect example in the game, the dunk by Bosch at the one with only 1 minute in the clock in the fourth quarter was assisted by Wade, and that alley-oop dunk by LBJ at that 40 seconds left in the clock, that was assisted by Wade as well. We know that Wade is a great playmaker, and this is why he is so necessary, especially in the fourth quarter. You can see that almost every game, the Heat would play consistently in the first 3, but once the fourth quarter is there, they start hitting the points. I'm not really sure if that's a good thing, but that is making them win most of their games recently. Okay, as I said, with the big 3, you don't have to have the big 3 on the court all the time. A big 2 is enough. Now, to some, this may be unfair, but this kind of issue is something that we have to talk about in another video. It's just the way it is. However, if you have 3 big players in one team, so now, let's go back to the scores that LBJ turned out. 24 points for LBJ, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. Dwayne Wade with 22 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. And Chris Bosh with 19 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. So, if you look at this big 3 scores collectively, and if you compare it to the scores of Dirk and the rest of the Dallas team, you can see that they are more effort players. Looking at 9 rebounds for LBJ and Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade with 10 rebounds, kitang-kita mo na talagang nakabantay sila palagi dun sa bola, unlike the other team. We have to remember that the most important thing of this game is to have the ball at hand. So, yun dun mo makikita kung gaano kagusto nung players yung bola, kung gaano nila gusto kamanalo. If you look at their rebounds and assists, kasi dun mo makikita kung gaano nila gusto mahawakan yung bola para manalo. So there, we're gonna watch out for the second game in tomorrow. We're gonna see if the Dallas Mavericks are gonna play better this time. We know that Dirk has an injury. We're gonna see if this is gonna affect their game. But I actually think that if they step up the plate, if they start to play with tighter defense, if they make better plays, if kaya nilang isupalpal din yung kabilang team, I think that they might have a chance to win this second game. I, however, still think that the maximum wins that the Dallas is gonna have would be 2. The farthest that this series would go would be 6 games. 4 games win by obviously by the Heat, and 2 wins for the Dallas Mavericks. But we still have to see tomorrow what happens. So there. I'm gonna end with goodbye. If you have any reactions, just post, or I don't know why me. I'm pretty sure you're my friend because all my viewers would be just friends probably. Wala namang following to eh. Anyway, so there. If you have any reactions, just remember that be nice. I'm just starting out, and go Heat. No, just kidding. Anyway, have fun watching the rest of the series. Bye.